Hi, my name is Jeff Amon. I'm Vice President of Product Development and Marketing, and today I'm going to walk you through the user interface for the Apex9 LL-1000. So right here, once you type in your IP address up at the top of the radio, you can type in your login and password. Type in login password, and now I'm logged into the radio. And this is the initial splash page that you see once you log in. So the header up here at the top will be on every single tab that you go through, and it just shows that, alright, your two radios are up. They're both green, they're looking good. So now if you look down here, you have the main category tabs. So you have general, alarms, radio, ports, IP, count, and maintenance. On the left side, you have more descriptive tabs that go along with the main category that you're in. Then on the right side, on every screen, you will see a basic help menu. This will show little details about the current page you're on. So if you see something you don't understand, you look over to the right side, see if it's there. If it's not there, look in the installation manual. And today I'm just going to go through briefly what the user interface is like. I'll get into more configuration details in later videos. And if you have any questions, you can always feel free to call us. Right now, this link is on a bench. It is connected through an attenuator, so if there's anything that looks kind of off, that's probably why. And we are running a 6 gigahertz link in a 30 megahertz channel on QAM 256. So real quick, right here you can see general information about the radio. You have the local IP address and then remote IP address. What modulation scheme each one's running at. Right now, like I said, we're at QAM 256, and then right here, this is the channel width that you're using, so in a 30 megahertz channel, and then the user rate, 191.64 megabits per second, and this is full duplex. Then some information about the ODU, information about the IDU, and then about some alarms. MSE, I'll just explain what this is really quick. It's called mean square error, and it just shows the quality link you have. If it's between neg 32 and neg 40, that's a good sign. That just means you have a good quality link up. There's more explanation of what this exactly is in the installation manual. So I click Net, Network Overview, and Remote and Local IP Addresses. Information about the IDU and ODU, just description information, serial number, firmware that you're running. The device name and just some additional information you can change, some custom text you can put in different places. License information. And different throughputs you're going to get and different modulation and channel sizes. Now, the throughput you'll see over on this side will be a little bit higher than what you're actually getting because it's based on priority-based packet system. It's not the user rate. So the user rate's a little bit lower. So this shows 199 1/4 and we're at 191. So not a big difference, but there's a little bit of a difference. Some date and time settings. And then just user information. I'll click the alarms. Just basic alarms you can set for the radio. Detailed alarm statistics. And then some historical alarms. If there were any historical alarms, this is where they show up. And just to let you know, if you put up one of these radios and configure it and have the two links up and you see a little yellow bubble down here, that doesn't mean that you have any problems with your link. That means that there was a problem in the past and that there's an alarm in here somewhere that has gone off. Doesn't necessarily mean it's currently going off, but what you do is you come in and hit clear all alarms, and then that'll clear it up and both radios will show OK again. So it doesn't mean that there's any problems, but if it bothers you, then you can just go in here and clear all alarms and then you're good to go. Now the radio tab, this is where you do the ODU configuration and modem configuration. So you can see up at the top the transmit frequency, this is where you put that in. and max transmit power. And down below with modem configuration, you have the modulation scheme you're running. This is just a drop-down menu, and you can see QAM 256 and a 40 megahertz channel. Right now we're 256 and a 30 megahertz channel. Because in 6 gig, this is the max channel size you can have. And then if you want to enable adaptive modulation right here, once again the MSE, and then there's a latency mode. You can either turn standard or low if you want low latency. You have a spectrum analyzer built into the radio as well. And this has a little warning, causes data drop if you start to analyze the system or the spectrum. So modulation diagram. And then just some ODU stats, detailed information about the ODU. I'll just leave this up here for a second. Now some details about the IDU. See, adaptive modulation's off. Click on ports and change settings of the ports on the radio. Some VLAN settings. And advanced Ethernet configuration settings, just some drop downs. Now IP settings, primary IP, remote side IP, static route options, and NAT settings. SNMP settings. If anything, if you don't recognize any of the abbreviations, then just look in the installation manual. There'll probably be a definition of it, or you can just give your account manager a call or our support line, and somebody will get back to you. Click in the account tab. This is multiplexers traffic. Information about LAN counters. More information about LAN counters. So I'm just clicking through pretty quick here just so you can get a brief idea of what's on here. And the maintenance tab. So one of the cool things, you can save different configuration schemes, up to 4 of them actually. So if one you want standard latency, one you want low latency, one you want adaptive modulation on, one you want adaptive modulation off, you just change the setting and you hit right here, and then you can click run, whichever one you want to run at that time, and it'll bring up the settings for that configuration that you wanted. And you can save up to 4 of them. So if you find a use for it, it's a pretty nice tool. Terminal command line. It's where you reboot the radio into some other configuration settings. When you click firmware upgrade, this is a screen it brings you to. You just click browse, you find the file, and then you click OK, and it just starts to load. It's pretty simple. And refresh. And just some files. And then one final thing, if you click on the other side of the radio, it'll bring you into the remote radio as well. So then we type in our login and password. And now we're on the remote side of the radio. So here's one side, and here's the other side. And then there's a link to the Apex9 website down below as well. So thank you very much. If you have any questions about this radio, or if you're looking for pricing or want to run a couple paths, you can always give us a call at 630-887-1000. That's 630-887-1000, and we can take care of anything for you with these. We are one of the only licensed radio distributors that also has a licensing team in-house, so we can put a full turnkey package together for you and not have to outsource anything. Also, you can email us at sales@converge-tech.com or check out our website at estore.cticonnect.com. We have quite a lot of information up there. So thank you very much.